Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Maths with Namita. In today's lesson, we will learn how to compare the numbers. In our previous videos, we have understood the concept of place value because place value helps in comparing the numbers. So while we compare the numbers, we may come across two different situations. The first is that the numbers may have equal number of digits. Okay? Equal number of digits means, let's suppose you are comparing 6 and 9. They both are single digit number. You may have 21 and 48. They both are two digit numbers, right? Another situation that you may come across is that numbers may have different number of digits. Okay? Different number of digits. Like you are comparing 7 and 48. You are comparing 93 and 2. Here you can see we have one single digit number and the other number is two digit number. Same in this case, right? So we will discuss both the situations. We'll learn all kind of comparisons one by one. Let's start with equal number of digits first, okay? All right. So 6 and 9. When we see 6 and 9, to understand this, we can take one example. Let's suppose you and your friend have one basket each. You have 9 apples in your basket and your friend has 6 apples in his or her basket. So just by looking at your baskets, you can tell who has more apples, right? So your basket will have more apples than your friend's basket, which means 9 is greater than 6. So the sign used is this, okay? How do we use this sign? This is also another important aspect of comparing the numbers. So always remember the number which is greater will have this bigger side towards it. Okay? So 9 is greater than 6, which means 9 will have this big side facing towards it. Okay? Let us look at the next set of numbers. We have 21 and 48. Both are two-digit numbers. So here we will discuss the place value. 8 is at ones place, 4 is at tens place. Again, in 21 we have 1 at ones place and 2 at tens place, right? So always remember, when we compare the numbers, we always start with the highest place value. Okay? So in ones and tens, which is the biggest place value? Which one is the bigger one? Tens. Yes. So we will compare the digits which is at tens place. So instead of comparing 21 and 48, just compare 2 and 4. Again, this comes down to a single digit comparison, right? Like we did 6 and 9. So 2 and 4, which is the greatest number, greater number? 4. Okay? So it tells us that the number which has 2 at tens place will be smaller than the number which has 4 at tens place. Okay, so 48 is greater than 21, or you can say 21 is smaller than 48. Okay, now let's suppose if it was written like this. Okay, then we would have put the sign like this. Okay, so be careful with the sign. Now let us take one more example just to be more clear, right? This time we'll take 21 or we can take 41 and 48. Okay. So ones and tens, ones and tens. Okay. So following the same process, we need to compare the digits, which is at tens place here. But what do we see? We see 4. Both the numbers have same digit at tens place. Then what do we do? Because 4 is same, we can't decide which number is bigger, right? So no worries. What we do in such situations, we compare the next digit. So we'll now compare the digit at ones place value, which is 1 and 8. Now, which one is greater number here? 8. It means 1 is smaller than 8, right? So the number which has 1 at ones place will be smaller than the number which has 8 at ones place. So 41 is smaller than 48. Okay? Got it? All right. So it is very simple, nothing complicated. Just follow the same process. Okay? Now we'll discuss when we have to compare the numbers which have different number of digits. So first comparisons we are doing among 7 and 48. So in such comparisons, you do not have to look at the place value or comparing, counting, no. Simple rule, the number which has higher number of digits will always be the greater number. So here in 48 we have 2 digits, whereas 7 has just 1 digit. So 48 will be the greater number here. Okay. Now we have 93 and 2. Can you try this? Pause the video and solve this. Okay. What do you think the answer will be? 93 has 2 digits and 2 has just 1 digit. It's a single digit number, right? So 93 will be the greater number. 93 is greater than 2. Or you can say 2 is smaller than 93. Because the rule says higher the number which has, or simply say the number which has more digits will be the greater number, will be greater than the number which has less number of digits. Okay? Clear? Now, I want you to try some comparisons on your own. Okay? So, compare 77 and 74, 19 and 91, 4 and 8. Okay? Compare these and see if you can solve them on your own. This will help you understand better. All right? So this was it for today's lesson. In the next video, we'll learn the comparison of numbers which are 3-digit and 4-digit numbers. If you found these lessons helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more math lessons. If your child needs personalized one-to-one guidance in math, you can connect with me for online classes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.